guys, it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. I think it's been around 2 years since I uploaded a video, but I really wanted to get back into it. That was one of my resolutions for 2026, was to just be more creative and have less screen time. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video, is just swapping screen time for cozy hobbies. And I feel like I've gained so many hobbies over the years, so I definitely have a lot that can keep me busy. But I'm so sick of coming home from work and then just scrolling on my phone. I feel like it's such a waste of time. So this year I definitely want to try some new things. We are just going to take the next couple days and just really focus on like some cozy hobbies I can do at home. It's really sunny out today, which makes me really happy that spring is coming. So today I think I'm going to do a bit of reading because I do have work in 2 hours. I have to be there, so I really only have like an hour and a half to get some reading done. And I think tomorrow I will maybe color a little bit in my coloring book. I did that a little bit last night and I'm running out of ink and a lot of my pens that I use, or my markers. So I will have to pick up some more at some point. Just thinking about doing a different hobby every day, but we'll see. I mean, reading is like my main hobby that I just love to do because it makes me feel productive, and there's just something about curling up with a good book. That's what I'll be doing today, is doing a little bit of reading before I have to go to work. Just to give you an idea of what I'm currently reading, I did go to the library. That was another goal of mine for 2026, was to go to the library and utilize the library more and Libby instead of buying books, because I just feel like I was buying so many books at one point and I just didn't get around to reading all of them yet. And that's, again, another goal of mine for 2026, is to read my entire physical TBR. I don't have too many books, but I do have a good chunk that I need to get to. So last year I was in such a bad reading slump. I just did not want to read. A lot of life changes. So I moved, I bought a house. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I switched jobs, and just getting more comfortable with being in our new area. We moved about an hour away from where we were living before. So definitely just a lot to get used to, a lot of change, and I just was not motivated to read. I feel like I always had something to do around the house, which I still do, but I feel like now I have a little bit more free time to kind of just relax and do what I want to do, which is read. So this year I'm off to a better start with my reading goal. I set my goal for 40 books this year. I've already read, I think 5 or 6. So that's really crazy, because last year I think I was averaging like 1 or 2 books a month, and now I'm averaging 2 to 3. So definitely a lot better. I have been utilizing too on my Spotify Premium, listening to audiobooks. That was not something that I really did often. I would listen to like one book here or there, but I've been really loving it just so I can do my other hobbies while I'm listening to a book. It just makes me feel even more productive. So I've been utilizing that a lot more. And just recently I listened to majority of the Naturals book series on Spotify. It is free with premium, but you only get a certain amount of listening hours. I think it's like 15 hours of listening time per month. So I did run out of listening time for February, but it resets in a couple days, so I'll probably start another audiobook after that. They're also all on Kindle Unlimited, so I've been also trying to utilize Kindle Unlimited because I do pay for it monthly, and I feel like I was not using it to its full potential. There's so many good options on there, so I just feel like I need to take advantage of that more, especially if I'm paying for it. I'm trying to be more intentional with my spending in 2026 as well. Working retail is really difficult with that because I just want to buy all the cute clothes, all the cute things that I see. I'm at the mall constantly, but I am really trying to take the initiative and just crack down on my spending and pay off my debt, because now we do have a house and there's lots of things that we want to do / need to do. And I think I'm gonna make another video on something that we're gonna do in April because it's very exciting, but also like being a homeowner is definitely, I don't know, it's very fun, but there are things that when they need to be fixed, they need to be fixed, and that needs to be priority. That's what I've been focusing on for 2026. I mean, we're already almost 2 months into the year, which is crazy. Big plans for our house on the inside and outside, so I just want to put my money and energy into that. And I think I will take you guys along for the ride because, I mean, we've never owned a house, obviously. Like, we've never done renovations or anything like that. So it will be quite the time. I am reading Starling House by Alex E. Haro, and I saw this at the library. I feel like I've heard of it before, but I didn't know like anything about it. It just caught my eye, and I was like, you know what? It's giving whimsical, it's giving rainy, mysterious town, and I'm here for that vibe right now. It's currently freezing outside, and I mean, today the sun's shining, so that's really nice. Basically, it's about Opal and her brother. Opal, I think she's in her 20s. She comes from a broken home. Well, it's really just her mom that has passed away, but her and her brother are living in a motel. Currently, she's grown up in poverty and she's lived in this town her whole life. The town's called Eden. And her brother Jasper, he's still in high school, but he has so much promise and he's so brilliant and creative that she really wants him to get out of this town and not be stuck there like she has been. So she's really trying to save money for him to go away to this, I think it's a boarding school, just so he can get out of this town and be more successful than she has been and her mother was. Essentially, this town has a lot of history, a lot of bad history, and there's a lot of like freak accidents that happen. And kind of at the center of it all is this house called Starling House. Starling House it's like an anomaly. Like, nobody has been inside. Nobody knows really much about the family, except that one of the owners of the house back from the 1800s, she wrote this like whimsical book called The Underland. So it's about monsters, and it really intrigues Opal. So Opal was obsessed with this book since she was a kid, and she just wants to know more. She's always been drawn to Starling House. There's something about it, like the mystery of it, the intrigue, but the rest of the town is like, no, you don't have to have anything to do with Starling House. It is not something that you want to get involved with, basically. And then one day she is at the gates of Starling House, and the occupant of the house currently, his name is Arthur. He appears out of nowhere, basically, at the gate, and she is just curious, and she's kind of talks to him, and she's just trying to get to know more about the house and why she's always drawn to it. She has dreams about it. She's just very curious about it. And Arthur offers her a job as a housekeeper. Again, I'm not very far into it. It is piquing my interest. I'm just really curious to see like where this is gonna go. And there's little drawings in it, which I really appreciate. I don't think this book is YA either. I think it's just fiction. Yeah, I just like the little drawings. The writing is so poetic. It's amazing. I really like this author's writing a lot. But I want to get a little bit farther into this book because it is due back in a couple weeks, and I checked out 2 other books. So I want to finish this so I can start my other ones and have it back in time. And then I go away for a trip. So I'm just trying to get as much reading done as I can. So yeah, we'll see. We'll be reading this today. I'm in my guest room, but this is like my favorite spot to read just because this bed is so comfortable. It's so much more comfortable than my own bed. So I just kind of like to lay here and read my book. As you can see, we have not really decorated in here because we just have other rooms we're prioritizing for redoing and redecorating. So don't mind the bare walls. At some point, we will get some art and paint and do all that fun stuff in here, but for now, this will have to do. Okay, I know that I said today I would be doing coloring, but I really want to get farther in my book because yesterday I did not read as much as I had hoped to. I am on page 146, so I'm about halfway, which is really great. I just want to finish this before the end of the week. Like, I'd love to finish this book within the next couple days just so I can start another one of the books that I checked out. I'm really liking this book. Like I said, the writing is very poetic, so I really appreciate that. There's some lines in here that are just like really, really nice, I guess. I don't know. They're just really like beautiful. So the next time I come across one, I will share it with you. I haven't been able to like annotate this or like highlight because it is a library book. Next time I come across one, I will definitely share it because it's just very like creative the way this author writes, and it's very beautiful, and it's definitely painting the picture, like showing versus telling, which I really appreciate. Anyway, I'm gonna get to reading, so hopefully I can finish a bit more of this book before I have to go to work. Okay, not like a full quote, but even just reading this, the veins of telephone lines spreading across the county. The veins of telephone lines. I would have never thought to describe telephone lines like that. But that is just like, it just scratches my brain in like the most perfect way. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna share another quote because it's just too good. By the time I get back to the motel, the sky is the color of old denim, and the stars are faded flecks of bleach. Like, that is so good. I wish I could write like this. It's just so poetic and beautiful, and it really paints the picture so clear to me. I just love it. I wish I could write like this. Okay guys, I'm back. It is now Thursday. It is almost 11 o'clock. And I just wanted to give you a little update on where I am reading Starling House. So Starling House, I finished this morning actually. I just want to kind of like go through my final thoughts. I rated this a 3.5 star. I really loved the writing. It was so beautiful and poetic. I just wish it was almost fleshed out more in like the magical realism, because I feel like I have so many questions, and not that there was plot holes, I just like am wondering like, okay, so how did this work and why? And I didn't get that, which is okay. Not every fantasy needs to go that much in depth in a like magic system. I feel like it was a little slow paced. I was reading some of the reviews, and one of them like said it exactly how I was thinking, or it said it exactly how like my thoughts on it were. I'm just gonna try and find it. Okay, it was on Goodreads, but basically this person wrote, it's a book of almost, so like I almost liked it. There was almost interesting characters. It almost had a good plot resolution, and that's how I really felt about it reading towards the end. I feel like the beginning had a lot of promise in the middle, but then again, it was quite drawn out. And then this person just wrapped up review just saying, it was too long for what it did and too short for what I think it was trying to do. And that's really how I felt about this book. I would still recommend it. It's still a good read. Again, I really loved the writing, and I did like the characters, even though the main character, she's pretty unlikable, but I didn't mind her. There was very little sprinkle of spice which is fine with me because I'm not big on spicy books. I like more character driven and development, which I did see a little bit of that in this book, but it was definitely not my favorite book. I mean, I'm glad I read it and glad I utilized my library card and this caught my eye, and I really haven't seen like that many people read this or have raving reviews on it. Yeah, it was pretty good. Again, it was kind of just like, oh, okay, I read it and then now I'm gonna forget about it, which really sucks because I like the concept of almost like a magical house, but even like not really that. I don't know how to describe it. If anyone else has read this book and is like gets what I'm trying to say, like please let me know, because I feel like I'm not explaining this well. Anyway, today's my day off and I was thinking about doing some more of my cozy little hobbies. I am going to get coffee with my friend in a couple hours, so I don't really know how much time I have. I have at least an hour to do either coloring or playing a little bit of Animal Crossing. Those are kind of my two things that I'm thinking about. I might color so I can wind down later and play Animal Crossing. I also would love to start another one of the books that I got from the library because they are due back next week and I just want to get through all of them before I have to bring them back. So I might start another book too. I think I'm going to start with coloring. I really wanted to do a watercolor. Let me pull it up. I saw it on Pinterest. It was so cute. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I really wanted to do like a watercolor flash sheet, a bunch of different things. Again, I hope you can see that. I'm really not sure. But that's what I was going to do today, and then I made plans with my friends, so I don't think I have enough time for this specifically, so I think I might just color in my coloring book, and then another day I'll work on a sort of flash sheet. Maybe I'll do that in a different video, but that is something that I was thinking about doing today. I've been really into watercolor recently and really craving like doing watercolor and stuff, but I think just to keep things simple, just because I do have plans later and I don't know how long I'm going to be out for, I might just color in my coloring book and then later we'll play some Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, I got a new Switch. I had the Switch Lite, or I still do, and all my games were on there. And then I bought a refurbished Switch, like the full Switch, so you can play on the TV. And I transferred my Animal Crossing to my TV Switch, and it deleted everything. So I had to start from scratch. Honestly, that's not very exciting because I don't even have terraforming yet. So that's like what I was working towards, but maybe it'll be fun to just watch. I love watching people play video games. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I just love it. And I also love seeing lifestyle videos and how other people live their lives. It's very interesting to me. So I guess if you're watching this video, thank you, because I feel like you also love that too, and I just really appreciate that. So anyway, I'm going to get to coloring. I think I'm going to color out here on my coffee table just because my desk currently just has a bunch of stuff on it and I don't feel like moving it. So I'm going to bring all my coloring out here. I have my candle warmer going. I'm obsessed with it and it smells like spring and I just want spring even though it's freezing outside still. But anyway, let's get to it.